chapter, a new chapter. So till today we have completed 3 chapters. That is, we have completed with the first one, which we started was. Do you recollect which chapter did we start with? Which chapter did we start with? Okay, fine. So we have completed with the living world, cell unit of life. Then we have done biological classification, and we have done the fourth one, that is cell cycle. Correct? And today we are going ahead with the 5th chapter, which is, let me tell you all very clearly, my dears, that this chapter, please, I don't want any confusion in your minds. Please understand whatever I'm saying. Living world is 11 standards chapter. Biological classification, 11 standard. Cell unit of life, 11 standard. Cell cycle, cell division, 11 standard. Human reproduction, 12 standard. Yes, my dear. Yes. Okay. So human reproduction is going to be the 12th standard syllabus. So you might think कि ऐसे कैसे पहले 11 का पोर्शन कंप्लीट करना चाहिए फिर 12th का देखेंगे ऐसा नहीं होता है बेटा देयर हैज टू बी माय वॉइस इज क्रैकिंग आई डोंट थिंक सो इज इट क्रैकिंग no na but check your connectivity because from my this I can't see any my signal is very strong. Okay, so it's not like that way 11th chapter and 12th chapter ये ऐसे हमें difference नहीं करना है between the two. It's like how they are connected with each other is the way we are going to go ahead with. Okay, right? So after completing 4 chapters of your 11th, I'm directly going to 12th. That doesn't mean I'll complete entire 12th and I'll not come back to 11th. I'll be there for 11th also and for 12th also. Yes, for this to read, you will require your 12th standard NCRT textbooks. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So those who have not purchased it, kindly purchase it. It's going to be, like from both. This chapter is also going to be a part of your board examination. आप जो 12th बोर्ड्स देने वाले हो ना 12th बोर्ड्स जब आप दोगे ना तो 12th बोर्ड्स के सिलेबस में भी ये चैप्टर है ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन चैप्टर so this chapter has to be dealt in 2 ways beta first from your competitive exam point of view and second from your board's point of view so this becomes a very important chapter for you all to get through fine anyway so we go ahead with this is a very important background that I wanted to tell you all of course so we go ahead with the first one this chapter is broadly divided into 3 parts the first part is going to be the male reproductive system the second part will be the female reproductive system and the third part is going to be something called as post fertilization events so in totality there are 3 parts of this particular chapter. I'm going ahead with the first one that is going to be the male reproductive system in general. Fine. Okay, I don't want this box to come in between again and again. So kindly excuse me for a minute. It will distract all of us. So, okay. Now, human reproduction and reproductive health is actually something that is associated with is associated with human beings completely and the first one is going to be introduction as we generally do to continue its own race means to continue its own species उसके खुद के अपने species को आगे evolve होते हुए continue करना is the only and only mechanism of sustenance and for the sustenance of this particular species what is required reproduction so to continue its own race which is called as perpetuation of species an organism by process of reproduction produces offspring like its own right in sexual reproduction the organism produces gametes, which is the male gamete and the female gamete, which on combining develop into a new individual. So this is what is the base of the sexual reproduction. Information of gametes takes place inside the reproductive organs, right? Gametes are always haploid. So the formation of gametes will take place inside the reproductive organs, right? Events occurring in human reproduction, we are directly coming to our main topic, that is in human reproduction, what are the steps, what are the events that are going to occur? The first is gametogenesis. As we know, gametogenesis means formation of gametes. So formation of male gamete is going to be the spermatozoa, or also called as sperms. Formation of female gamete, also called as ova or egg. So the first thing to happen during sexual reproduction is formation of these gametes. If the gametes are not formed, there is no question of sexual reproduction. So first step is gametogenesis, followed by insemination. What do you mean by insemination? Insemination means transfer of gametes to let the gametes fertilize and fuse together. So unless and until the gametes are formed in an individual, obviously, but unless and until the gametes are not transferred, there is no question of having the progeny to be continued in that particular species. So for every species, gametogenesis जैसा important है, वैसे ही इस gametes को transfer कराना near the female gamete or near the egg or the ova is equally important, right? So insemination is the transfer of gametes. That is in case of human reproduction. It is of course the transfer of the spermatozoa into the female genital tract, right? No, as of now, I'm talking only about the natural processes. The third is fertilization. Fertilization is the fusion of the male gamete with the female gamete, and it results in the formation of a zygote. So these three steps are very simple to remember: gametogenesis, insemination, fertilization. The next three are also equally crucial, but anyone having any difficulty with this particular slide, इधर जो भी डाला हुआ है इसमें किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम है बेटा? Anyone having any issues? Okay. So first 3 points are clear. What are the events that are occurring in human reproduction? Great. Next is blastocyst formation. Now what is this blastocyst? Zygote, which is a single celled structure, right? It will undergo mitosis. We have just recently completed mitosis chapter. So the events are, like right in front of you, fresh in your mind, correct? So the zygote will undergo mitosis. I hope you all remember mitosis is equational division. And that mitosis will result in the formation of a group of cells, which will be called as morula. What we call them as morula का मतलब actually क्या होता है पता है आपको? Morula means it's like a bunch of berries held together. Mulberry पता है आपको? Mulberry. Have you all seen mulberries? How does the mulberry look like? Mulberry का scientific name is morus. उसी नाम से ये morula है. Morula means looking like mulberry. So this group of cells which have been formed as a result of mitosis of the zygote is going to form a group of cells which resembles mulberry, and hence it will be called as morula. Okay, so it results in the morula formation. Now this morula is generally 8 to 32 celled aggregation, है ना? And this morula needs to get implanted. Now what is implantation? Okay, is the next step. So that is implanted into the uterine wall. So what is implantation? See, implantation is the attachment of morula to the uterine wall. Is blastocyst and morula the same? No, beta. Blastocyst is even 2-celled will be called as a blastocyst. Even 100-cell will be called as a blastocyst. But a group of 8 to 32 cells of the blastocyst will be called as morula. Okay. No, 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 no. Stem cells are not collected during the blastocyst cell stage. Never. I'm going fast. Okay, I'll slow down. Okay. And if you feel I'm going fast, okay. No, Pushkar, you have not attended my cell cycle chapter. You have not attended my cell unit chapter. You have not attended my biological classification chapter. In cell cycle chapter, I've already told what are, no, in cell unit of life chapter, I've already explained what is totipotency, what are stem cells, and when are they collected. Okay. So, anyways, yes, yes, Vidhi, you're right. Vidhi, you're right. Huh. Yes, blastocyst is when the cells are going to be formed from the zygote. बिल्कुल सही वैष्णवी. Okay, okay, I'll go slow. I'll go slow. Don't worry, I'll go slow. So I'm you want me to repeat this blastocyst and implantation, or you want me to go ahead with the previous one also? Gametogenesis समझा ना? Gametogenesis is what? What is gametogenesis? Formation of gametes. Genesis means generation. Gametes ka generation. So male gamete ka generation is also going to be called as male gametogenesis. Female gamete ka generation will be called as female gametogenesis. So formation of sperms is male gametogenesis. Formation of ova is female gametogenesis. Okay, right? Second is what? Second we saw was what? It was insemination. Insemination means transfer of gametes, right? So the male is going to produce the male gametes, right? Which needs to be transported into the female genital tract. Fine. This particular process of transfer of the gametes from the male into the female, the process is called as insemination. Okay, fine. The third that we saw was what? Once the male gamete and the female gamete are brought together, there will be fertilization. Exactly. Fusion of gametes, right? Got it? So these were the first three steps that we saw on the earlier slide. And now we are coming to the fourth step. So first is gametogenesis, insemination, fertilization, blastocyst formation, right? Blastocyst. Now, what is this blastocyst? As I said, zygote is formed by the fusion of male and female gametes. Correct? ये एक सिंगल बन गया है ना? ये जो एक सिंगल जाइगोट बन गया है, एक सिंगल सेल है. This is one single cell, and this one single cell called as zygote will now undergo mitosis. So one cell will become two, two will become four, four will become eight. The way we saw in mitosis, right? It's an equational division. So ये human beings की बात चल रही है. तो 23, you recollect the earlier last class अपना cell cycle वाला. You remember we have got 23 monads. Remember this? So the 23 monads of the spermatozoa and the 23 monads of the egg will come together to form 46 monads. Do you remember all these things now? Now, can you recollect? Now, these 46 monads or 46 chromosomes, as we say, right? These 46, no, they aren't dyads, my dear. Dyads is the wrong word to be used over here. These are 46 monads. So, these 46 monads are now going to undergo what? The process of mitosis. So what will happen? These 46 monads will undergo G1 phase. Then they will undergo S phase. S phase may the monads will become dyads now. Then they will undergo G2 phase. Then metaphase, anaphase, telophase, cytokinesis, two cells formed. Correct? Agreed? Understood? So this process will be repeated continuously to form 8 celled to 32 celled structure. This 8 to 32 celled structure जो है ना, ये group of cells है ना, ये एक दूसरे को इसे चिपक चिपक के रहते हैं. and these, you know, like you eat साबूदाना खिचड़ी. साबूदाना खिचड़ी पता है आप लोग को? हाँ. तो कभी-कभी वो साबूदाना खिचड़ी जब बनाते हैं ना बेटा, तो वो सारे साबूदाना जो होते हैं ना, वो एक-दूसरे को चिपकते हैं. देखा है आपने? हाँ, एग्ज़ैक्टली दे स्टिक टुगेदर. हाउ विल इट लुक लाइक अ लम्प ना? मतलब इंडिविजुअल साबूदाना दिख रहा है आपको, लेकिन ऐसा पूरा लम्प दिखता है कि नहीं, स्टिकी लम्प? कल ही खाया था? ओके. हाँ, कल फास्ट था बहुत, या आई नो. तो ये जो लंप होता है ना, वैसे ये ज़ाइगोट अंडरगो करेगा डिवीजन टू फॉर्म 2 सेल्स. 2 cells will make 4 cells, 4 cells will make 8 cells, 8 to 16, 16 to 32. तो ऐसे ये जो लंप बनता है ना 80 32 cells तक वाला, that is going to be called as morula. This particular structure looks like a mulberry, therefore उसको नाम दिया है morula, like a mulberry. Right? Got it? Yeah, even motichur laddu is like that only. Yes, you can take the example of that also. Correct. Got it now? Now you understood what is the blastocyst formation, in which how morula is going to be formed. Okay. Now these 8, 16 or 32 celled morula is going to go and stick. It actually sticks, huh? It's going to go and it's going to stick to the uterine wall. It's going to stick to the uterus. यूट्रस का जो वॉल होता है ना, उधर ये मोरुला जाके चिपक जाता है. ठीक है, इधर तक समझा? सो इट इज द अटैचमेंट ऑफ द मोरुला टू द यूटराइन वॉल और द यूट्रस. फाइन ना? अंडरस्टूड दिस? Then what happens is, now as this lump of mass has stuck over here ना, तो अब ये यूटरस क्या करेगा, यूटराइन वॉल क्या करेगा, उसको है ना अंदर अंदर की तरफ खींच लेगा और ऊपर से कवरिंग करेगा. Just like phagocytosis, you have seen lysosome. In lysosome we had seen what is a phagosome, and you remember how the phagocytosis was done. वो फूड पार्टिकल पूरा अंदर आ गया है, राइट, और वो मर्ज हो गया. एग्जैक्टली लाइक दैट, यू नो, एग्जैक्टली लाइक दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर बॉल called as morula will be engulfed inside, एंड उसके ऊपर से है ना यूटराइन वॉल पूरा कवर कर देगा उसको. सो नाउ वेयर इज द मोरुला? इज इट आउटसाइड और इज इट इन द यूटराइन वॉल? नाउ अंदर घुस गया पूरा. It's completely embedded inside the wall now. Correct? And as and when the ball gets embedded, this morula gets embedded inside the uterine wall, that time we say the formation of placenta has started. Okay? So you all know the meaning of placenta, I hope. Do you know what is a placenta? Yes, exactly. Yes, yes, Bacha, you all are right. It's a disc-like structure. Very true, perfect, right? And this placenta is going to be formed only after the, I won't say engulfing of that particular morula, but taking in of the morula completely inside the wall, uterine wall. अब मुझे ये बात बताओ बेटा कि अगर यूटराइन वॉल के अंदर ये बॉल को एम्बेड होना है, घुसना है, तो यूटराइन वॉल का थिकनेस ज्यादा होना चाहिए कि कम होना चाहिए? हाउ इट शुड बी? शुड द यूटराइन वॉल बिकम थिक और शुड इट बी थिन? Exactly, it should be thick na, right na? Only then in that thick layer this morula will go inside. Agreed? I don't have anything to show right now in front of me. Anyway, I can show you with my phone which is near me. Coincidentally, casually आज phone है मेरे पास. Anyway, so just imagine that ये जो ये बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा actually वैसे देखा जाए तो. I don't have a clip also. Anyway, so अगर ये morula है and it is going to stick to the wall, correct? Then the wall has to be so much thick that it is going to like completely, you know, engulf this entirely, right? So yes, Pushkar, you are right, beta, बिल्कुल correct. So to make, you know, so ये पहले ऐसा था, फिर है ना इसको अंदर लिया गया और इसको पूरा अंदर डाल दिया. Yeah, like an envelope, just like an envelope, how it, you know, your If you're going to place some money in that envelope, how it goes down, na, slips inside, na, something like that. So it will be covered from all the sides with the uterine wall और the uterus के सारे जो thick walls है ना इसके अंदर ये घुस जाएगा. Did you all understand this? Yeah, like the cover of the phone also. Yes, very correct. Very correct. Exactly. So now, is the morula going to be visible to us? हम देख सकते हैं क्या morula को अभी? Can we see? No. Why can't we see it? Because it's completely inside. I can show you with my. I can show you with my. Okay. Exactly like this. How this circle looks like now. Imagine it's a three-dimensional structure. Okay. I hope you all can see me. Huh? Yeah. So this one now, like suppose this is the morula which is getting, attached at this particular position. Can you see it got attached over here now? Right? Now what will happen? It will be pulled inside. It will be pulled inside. Now you can see still some part outside. Now see, it is completely inside. Can you see the ring now? Can you see the ring now? Exactly like this. This is how the morula enters the wall of the uterus. है ना? Correct? इस प्रोसेस को अटैचमेंट एंड फॉर्मेशन ऑफ प्लेसेंटा तक का जो प्रोसेस है इट्स गोइंग टू बी कमिंग अंडर implantation. Yeah, it completely fuses and gets embedded inside. Yes, exactly Shan, बिल्कुल सही बेटा, very correct, right? So it's going to get embedded in this particular way. That is going to be called as implantation. Fine. Now after it gets implanted, it is going to form a tissue. It is going to form a tissue, and this tissue is going to be called as the placenta. Fine. Understood? It's disc-like shape in shape. Got it? Then the next comes is going to be so okay. Any doubts still here? The 5 points that I discussed till now. Can I go to the sixth one? Okay, fine. So the sixth one is going to be something called as the gestation. Okay. Now, what do you mean by the word gestation? So gestation is actually the time period. Okay. Gestation is actually the time period that is going to be taken for the entire complete development of the embryo. Okay. So see, gestation is development of the embryo. It's actually the time taken for the complete development. Fine. And they are saying, yes, very good, Siddhika. Bilkul correct answer. Yeah. So that is going to be called as the gestational period. What we call it as gestational period. Followed by, look at the last line, they are saying gestation ends with parturition. Fine. So what do you mean by that particular, sentence? That, huh, it is formed when the morula infuses in the uterine wall. Yes, diya beta, बिल्कुल correct है, बिल्कुल correct है. Yes, you're right. Yeah. वहां से start हो जाएगा, हाँ, उसका formation. Development of the embryo, my dear. Gestation is the time. It's given over here. See, is the time period that is required for the development of the embryo. Can you see this on the screen? Right? Yeah. And after this time is completed, after this gestational period is completed, the gestational period will end with parturition. Parturition का मतलब होता है delivery of the baby. Okay, it's going to be called as delivery of the baby. That is called as parturition. All words understood, all scientific words. There is no replacement for these words. Parturition is delivery of the baby. Okay, got it? So there are 6 steps which we have seen till now. Gametogenesis, insemination, fertilization, blastocyst, implantation, gestation. Yes. Yes, Shwet, right. Gestation means the time taken for the development of the embryo. Yes, 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 Bhakti, right. Yeah, gestation will take the longest time, 280 days, 288 days to be very precise. Okay, यहाँ तक ओके? हाँ, यस सानिका, करेक्ट बेटा. ठीक है, आगे जाऊं, आगे जाऊं. Correct, about 9 months. Correct, correct. Yeah, beta, no issues. You can anytime tell, no problem. I know these things are going to be, like heard for the first time, and the sentences and the words are scientific words which you have to remember. Okay. Well, now we come to the primary sex organs. We are learning about the human beings, my dear. Okay. So the primary sex organs are going to be called as gonads. In case of male, the primary sex organs are going to be what? Testes. And in case of female, the primary sex organs are going to be the ovaries. This is so known. Look at the secondary sex organs. In males, the secondary sexual structures are epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicles, prostrate gland, bulbourethral gland, also called as Cowper's gland, the penis. Right? These are for the male. For the female, the secondary sex organs are going to be the fallopian tube, the uterus, the vagina, and in accessory, even the breasts are going to be considered as secondary under accessory sex organs. So all these particular structures are very important for us to understand with respect to the histology as well. Means we have to even take a cross section of these and understand the internal tissue level तक, है ना? पूरा हमें ये समझना है. Why do we call them as primary? Primary are the ones which are going to be present since the birth. Okay, the very first to develop, and they are still in the developing stage, right? Secondary will be formed later on, and they are going to only help in they are going to help in making the process viable. But actual making of gametes is only in the testes and in the ovaries. These all others are not playing direct role in making of any gametes. So they are called as primary. Okay. Huh. They are equally important, my dear. They are also equally important. But direct formation of male gamete is from where? From the testes. Directly formation of the female gamete is from where? From the ovary. So they are primary. Even if all these secretions are there and if the gametes are not formed, it's of no use, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's come first to the male reproductive system. It's going to be in female. It's no, it's not. It's not a particular. It's a junction. It's a junction, beta. Sanika, it's a junction. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. All in detail. We are going to do it. Fine. Let us talk about the male reproductive system first. In man, one pair of testes are the main or primary reproductive organ, having a size of 4 to 5 centimeters. 4 to 5 centimeters. इतने छोटे हैं. They are not as large as kidney. They're very small. You can imagine 4 to 5 centimeters means how small they would be. Correct? And it's going to be a pair, one on each side. Both testes are located in a small bag-like structure situated below and outside the abdominal cavity. So the abdominal cavity के नीचे और बाहर के तरफ outside, okay, is the address of these testes. Where are they located? They are located in a sac or a pouch like structure, and these sac or pouch like structures are going to be below the abdominal cavity and a bit towards the outside of the abdominal cavity. Fine. And this particular pouch, this particular sac or the bag is going to be called as the scrotum or scrotal sac. Is it okay? Fine. So a pair of testes, therefore will have a pair of scrotal sac. Where are they going to be found? Below the abdominal cavity, a bit towards the outer side. Okay. The temperature of the scrotum is approximately 2 to 3 degrees lesser than the body temperature. See, for the formation of these sperms, the temperature matters the most. Okay, the body temperature matters the most. So the body temperature से थोड़ा 2-3 डिग्री है ना, कम टेम्परेचर चाहिए for the spermatogenesis to occur in the right way, and therefore इसको थोड़ा सा बॉडी से दूर, outside of the cavity, as we say, will ensure that the temperature remains a bit lesser as compared to the body temperature in the scrotal sac. Is it okay? Got this? No, my dear. No, my dear. No, this is a misunderstanding. This is a misunderstanding. They are only going to be produced in the testes. Sperms are only going to be produced in the testes, and eggs are only going to be produced in the ovaries. It won't be produced throughout the body. No. Okay, this is a misconception. Kindly remove this misconception from your mind. So only the spermatozoa ka address is only the testes, and eggs are going to be only produced in the ovaries. Fine. Yeah. The temperature has to be lesser, yes, because it's an enzymatic process, and there are various enzymes which are heat labile. Heat labile means अगर heat ज़्यादा हो गया ना, तो ये enzymes inactivate होते हैं. तो अगर enzymes inactivate हो गया, then the process of spermatogenesis cannot go ahead. So to take charge of the enzymes ka well-being, it is very important that the temperature should be a bit lesser than the body temperature. Okay, right? Yes. Spermatozoa is going to be only produced in males, of course. Yes, my dear, only in males. Only in males. Yes. Okay. So these particular spermatozoa formation के लिए temperature has to be a bit lower. Correct? Got it? Yes. Internally, there are many reasons that will cause sterility. Many reasons. I am coming to a term called as cryptorchidism आगे, जिसमें आपको समझेगा. And there are many more reasons to it, that why it is going to be, why the males are going to be sterile. I'll talk about it. Sure. Okay. Internally, scrotum is lined by muscles. And what is the name of that muscle? It's called as Dartos muscle. What is the name of that muscle? Dartos. तो ये बैग है, ये स्क्रोटल सैक है, उसके अंदर है ना डार्टोस मसल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. Okay, don't forget the name Dartos. There is one more name called as cremaster जो आगे आएगा, of course, but as of now Dartos muscles याद रखिए बेटा. So the scrotal sac will have Dartos muscles internally, and it will have spermatic fascia. Spermatic fascia is what I'll tell you later on. आगे स्लाइड पे ही आएगा तो मैं बताऊंगी. तो ये जो स्क्रोटल सैक होता है ना, इसके अंदर मसल होता है जिसका नाम है डार्टोस मसल, और उसके अंदर स्पर्मेटिक फैसिया भी होता है. ओके, फाइन. यस पुष्कर, बिल्कुल करेक्ट. नाउ द डार्टोस मसल help in regulation of the temperature within the scrotum. It's going to help in what? Maintaining the temperature. So see, with the regulation of the temperature in the scrotum during cold season, it becomes contracted in the cold, and during warm season it gets relaxed. So what will happen during the winter season? During the winter season it's already very cold outside, तो बहुत कोल्ड हो जाएगा ना, तो भी एंजाइम फंक्शन नहीं करेगा, तो उसको थोड़े हीट की जरूरत होती है. एट दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम ना, द टेस्टीज आर ब्रॉट क्लोजर टू द बॉडी by the contraction of these dartos muscles. Okay, and during the summers when it's already very hot, the body temperature is also much more. That time it will relax. So dartos muscle relax हो गया मतलब testes body से दूर चले गए थोड़े. और अगर डार्टोस मसल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया मतलब उसने उस टेस्टिस को अपने तरफ पुल कर लिया. For adjustment, see how the mechanism is. We will never ever think from this perspective, right? So it's just the movement of the dartos muscles which is going to control the movement of the testes inside the scrotal sac. Everything is happening inside the scrotal sac. Testes can never get exposed. It's always enclosed within this sac like structure called as the scrotum. Is it fine? Then they are saying cremaster muscles. That was I said. कि dartos and cremaster ऐसे दो muscles है बेटा. Cremaster muscles line inside the wall of scrotal sac and the inguinal canal region. Inguinal canal क्या है वो भी मैं बताती हूँ, don't worry. And help in elevation of the testes. So along with dartos muscle, cremaster muscles भी आते हैं. Where are they present? They line inside the wall of the scrotal sac. Okay. So dartos and cremaster muscle दोनों internal होते हैं scrotal sac के. And the inguinal canal region पे भी ये cremaster muscles पहुंचते हैं. What is this inguinal canal? So I'll tell you what is this inguinal canal. Canal समझते हो आप? Have you all heard about Suez Canal? Canal पता है आपको? Yes. So what is a canal? The one which is connecting the two adjacent regions. A pathway. Exactly, beta. So what happens is when the male child is a fetus, that means when the male child is developing in the mother's womb, that time the testes are going to be, formed in the abdomen of the embryo. वो fetus के abdomen के अंदर सबसे पहले testes बनते हैं. और बाद में है ना ये टेस्टिस स्क्रोटल सैक में डिसेंड होते हैं. डिसेंड होते हैं मतलब उतरते हैं. तो एब्डोमेन से स्क्रोटल सैक में आने के लिए जो कनाल होता है, जो पाथवे होता है, उस पाथवे को हम कहते हैं इंग्यूनल कनाल. गॉट इट? So the testes are formed in the abdomen of the male child, which will then descend into the scrotal sac. They will hang into the scrotal sac. So the area through which the testes are going to be descending down, that zone, that path will be called as inguinal canal. Yes, it's a passage. It's a passage. Okay, got it? Understood this? Exactly. So these inguinal canal will help the passage of the testes to come and land into the scrotal sac. Yes, yes, Pushkar, yes. Okay, got it? Understood? So this is the way the location of testes is going to be understood by us. You got disconnected. You can see the clipping. Anyways, anyone else having any difficulty? Anyone else having any difficulty? Any difficulty? Any problem? Oh, then I can go ahead. Into the scrotal sac. Where it descends? Into the scrotal sac. Where is it placed? Below the abdominal cavity, a bit outward. Dartos muscles lining of the scrotal sac. I have not explained spermatic fascia. I'll explain what is spermatic fascia. I'll explain in the next slide. Inguinal canal is a pathway through which the testes would descend from the abdomen into the scrotal sac. Okay. Remember the names dartos and cremaster. Right? Elevation means ऐसे उठा के ऊपर उठाता है। एलिवेट करना मतलब ऊपर उठाना। ओके, अ लिटिल बिट पोजीशन चेंज करना। Descending, yeah, descending of the testes into the scrotal sac only in the embryonic condition, in the fetal condition, in the fetal condition. Okay, yeah. Any doubts, beta? Any doubts? I'll go ahead. Yeah. Placement of the testes. Each testes is attached to the walls of the scrotal sac through flexible elastic fibers. These group of fibers is called as gubernaculum or mesorchium. Okay, gubernaculum or mesorchium. Yes, my dear. Yes, Krishna, you're right. From the abdomen to the scrotum. Correct. Now, where is this gubernaculum? In this particular picture, you won't be able to see, but I'll show the placement of gubernaculum. See, can you see this black color ka spot over here? Is this visible where my cursor is moving right now? ये दिखाई दे रहा है ब्लैक वाला बेटा डॉट? एग्जैक्टली दैट इज गुबरनाकुलम. ओके, सो ये जो है ना, ये जो आपको बाहर की तरफ दिख रहा है, दिस इज द स्क्रोटम. ओके, ये बाहर वाला जो एरिया है दैट इज स्क्रोटम. फाइन, दिस इज स्क्रोटम. दिस इज द एब्डोमिनल कैविटी ओवर हियर. यहाँ पर एब्डोमिनल कैविटी है, तो एब्डोमिनल कैविटी के नीचे और थोड़ा आगे ऐसा प्लेसमेंट है स्क्रोटम का, राइट. एंड हियर इंटरनली ये जो ये जो येलो कोई पार्ट दिख रहा है आपको, this is going to be the area for the placement of the dartos muscle and the cremaster muscle. Fine, and this particular testis is going to be attached to the scrotal sac by elastic fibers, fibroelastic fibers, which is called as mesorchium या फिर gubernaculum. So this black dot now, this is gubernaculum. I hope now this is very clear to all of you. Where is gubernaculum? See, you can't keep the testes hanging. It needs some sort of, a grip and some sort of attachment. So this attachment to the scrotal sac is going to be through this gubernaculum. Okay. Yes. Yes. Correct. Correct. Okay. Got it? Yes. Yes, but Palak, you are right. You are right. Of course. Of course, there's going to be torsion. Of course. Okay. So you understood what is gubernaculum? So actually इधर बेस पे है ना, इधर इधर ये gubernaculum होता है जो मैंने उस डायग्राम में क्लियरली दिखाया. So each testis is attached to the walls of the scrotal sac through flexible elastic fibers. These group of fibers is called as gubernaculum or mesorchium. Hmm? You got disconnected. Oh my god. This black color ka spot which is seen over here na, this is going to be called as gubernaculum, which is helping the testes to get attached with the walls of the scrotal sac. तो स्क्रोटल सैक के साथ ये जो एक अटैचमेंट होता है ना टेस्टिस का, तो वो अटैचमेंट वाला जो पीस है ब्लैक वाला, उसको हम कहते हैं मेसोर्कियम या फिर गुबरनाकुलम. ये बहुत बार आया है आपके एग्जाम्स में. बोर्ड एग्जाम्स में भी एक क्वेश्चन 1 मार्क के लिए आता है. डिफाइन गुबरनाकुलम or what is mesorchium. Fine, so this is what you have to answer in this way. Each testis is attached to the walls of the scrotal sac through a flexible elastic fibers. These group of fibers is called as gubernaculum or mesorchium. Dartos, yeah, but dartos will be on the sides. This is a direct attachment. Okay, yeah. Each testis is attached to the dorsal body wall. Direct attachment, yes. Each testis is attached to the dorsal body wall of the abdominal cavity through a cord called as spermatic cord. Okay, what is that cord going to be called as? Spermatic cord. So let us see where is the spermatic cord in this particular diagram. I'll show you. It isn't seen in this one. No issues. Here you can see. Okay. So can you see this? इधर इधर से कॉर्ड आता है जो है ना, ये टेस्टिस को इधर नीचे लेके आएगा. That is going to be called as the spermatic cord. So this is going to be the abdominal cavity. ये abdominal cavity है, इधर से नीचे आता है spermatic cord. Fine. Okay. So the testis is attached to the dorsal body wall. Dorsal means बेटा, dorsal का मतलब क्या होता है? Back side, है ना, पीछे के साइड से. So from the back side, the testis is going to be attached to the abdominal body wall through a cord which is called as spermatic cord. So actually spermatic cord क्या है पता है आपको? Spermatic cord is nothing. It is like a string. It's like a thread. It's a fine thread like fiber which is going to cause the testes to hang from the abdominal cavity into the scrotal sac. वो पपेट शो देखते हो आप, पपेट शो, तो उसमें कैसे वो स्ट्रिंग्स होते हैं ना, वैसे ही ये स्ट्रिंग्स है बेटा, पतले से स्ट्रिंग्स है, at the end of which the testes are going to be attached and these are going to be then embedded in that scrotal sac with the gubernaculum at the base. तो उसको ऐसे पीछे से हैंग कराने के लिए हेल्प करते हैं. Okay, that is what is your spermatic cord. This cord is made up of elastin fibers and spermatic fascia. So that's why I said what is spermatic fascia, I'll tell you. See, the contents of the cord, on an average, few grams. The contents of the cord are vas deferens, gonadal veins, gonadal arteries, nerves, lymphatics. ये सारे के सारे मिलकर spermatic fascia बनाते हैं. So what is spermatic fascia? You know, as I said just now, एक आपने वायर देखी है, वायर जो वायर्स लगते हैं ना, दोज रेड एंड ब्लू वायर्स और द ब्लैक वायर्स, आपने देखा है वो? हाँ, अगर आपने उसको कट किया तो क्या देखोगे? बाहर से इट इज ऑफ प्लास्टिक एंड इंटरनली इट्स गोइंग टू बी हैविंग कॉपर वायर्स, राइट ना? करेक्ट. इंटरनली कॉपर वायर्स है और बाहर से क्या है बेटा? बाहर से उसके ऊपर एक प्लास्टिक का कवर होता है. एग्जैक्टली लाइक दैट. सो दिस प्लास्टिक का कवर इज स्पर्मेटिक फैसिया. मतलब स्पर्मेटिक फैसिया प्लास्टिक का कवर नहीं है, ये वायर का जो प्लास्टिक का कवर कैसे होता है ना, वैसे ही ये ब्लड वेसल्स है. देखो, गोनाडल वेन्स, गोनाडल आर्टरीज, वास डिफरेंस, नर्व्स, lymphatic, all these will be held inside that same tube. Okay, and that tube, that covering, that structure is going to be called as spermatic fascia. Yes, rubber coating hota hai. Yes, correct. So you understood what is spermatic fascia? Spermatic fascia is nothing. It's a hollow structure through which vas deferens, gonadal veins, gonadal arteries, nerves, lymphatics are all going to pass through it. Okay, तो ये टनल को, ये चैनल को हम क्या कहते हैं? स्पर्मेटिक फैसिया. Any confusion with the word spermatic fascia? Cord is outside. See. Spermatic fascia is outside and the rest, everything, the cord, the vas deferens, everything is going to be inside. Ah, yes, Vaishnavi. Now you got it. Perfect. Correct. Okay. So the cord is made up of elastin fibers and spermatic fascia. And this cord is made up of means what? This particular spermatic fascia and the cord are almost together. They form that entire covering. Okay. Yes, Krishna, you're right, my dear. You're right. Now, during embryonic stage, testes develop in the abdominal cavity and they descend to reach the scrotum at the time of birth. Okay, so just before the birth, these testes would descend down into the scrotal sac. To be very precise, the descending is going to be done during the 7th month of the female's pregnancy. When the female is 7 months pregnant now, at that particular time, this descending of the testes from the abdomen into the scrotal sac is going to take place. Got this clear? Understood? Very good. So just check all the points one more time and just see if you have got any difficulty in understanding any word, any definition, any point, any paragraph, anything. बेटा देखो एक बार. See the cord. Which cord? Which is the cord that they are talking about? The spermatic cord. Means what? What do you mean by that spermatic cord? As I said, it is going to be a thread-like thing which is going to help in suspending the testes from the abdomen into the scrotal sac, right? So they are saying the spermatic cord is made up of elastin fibers. Okay? And it is also going to have spermatic fascia. Means what? This cord, then the contents of cord are different, gonadal veins, arteries, all are the contents of the cord, right? These all will pass through the spermatic fascia. Is it fine? Or you can even say like it's like, you know, a hollow tube like thing. A hollow tube like thing. It's a hollow tube. Okay? Containing all these things together. Which is actually going to be called as what? Spermatic cord only. Fine? Lymphatic, lymph. What is lymph? What is lymph? Come on. Who will tell me what is lymph? Lymph क्या होता है बोलो? Lymph is called as what? Mm-hmm. Lymph is just like, you know, how the blood is a connective tissue. Yeah, so it's going to be your tissue fluid. Yes, it's going to be actually a very important fluid, which is also called as the drainage system of our body. Yes, okay. So all of these are going to be passing through it. Very correct, Krishna. The last, yes, yes. So this particular descending is going to be taking place through the inguinal canal. Very, very good. Very good. Perfect. Inguinal canal is a canal through which this cord is going to be passed down. It's an opening. This canal is an opening. Okay. So for example, if you're going from Mumbai to Pune, तो बीच बीच में वो टनल्स आते हैं, बराबर है? वो टनल्स आते हैं, करेक्ट? तो वो जो टनल है ना बेटा, वो इंग्यूनल कनाल के जैसा है. उसमें से जो कार जा रही है ना, उसमें से जो कार जा रही है ना, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी योर स्पर्मेटिक फैसिया. ओके, बट कार जा रही है मतलब मेटल जा रहा है. कार जा रही है का मतलब क्या है? मेटल है ना वो कार, प्लास्टिक है, मेटल है, करेक्ट? वो जा रहा है, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी योर स्पर्मेटिक कॉर्ड. People are there inside, those all together moving together through that canal to reach the other side, something like that you can imagine. Okay, so that tunnel is going to be the inguinal canal. Whatever is passing through that, the car is actually a metal which is passing through that, and inside that people are sitting. There are bags, there is food, there is clothes, मोबाइल. ये जो सारा उस कार के अंदर से भी पास हो रहा है ना ऑटोमेटिकली, that is going to be the contents of the cord. Okay, got it? Lymph is watering. Lymph is not water. Lymph is quite different. Yeah. Descending of the testes takes place at one time, or does it happen? No, it's at the one go. In one go, it's going to move very slowly and steadily. Fast नहीं जाएगा. Very slowly and steadily, it's going to accomplish its journey. Okay? Clear about this? I'll go ahead. Okay, so this is the side view. ये जो था ये फ्रंट व्यू था मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम का. ये जो है ये साइड व्यू है. Okay, so we are again will come to these particular pictures because we have to refer these for our content. Just get used to the names. This is going to be the ureter, which is connecting the urinary bladder. Okay, ये देखो ये जो कॉर्ड आया है ना यूरेटर, ये इधर से यूरिनरी ब्लैडर में एंटर किया. यूरिनरी ब्लैडर का ये जो पीस है ये इस ट्यूब के साथ ज्वाइन किया. ये ट्यूब अगर आप देखोगे तो ये देखो ये देखो ये देखो कहाँ जा रहा है. देखो हु इज दिस. कैन यू सी हाउ इट इज एक्सटेंडिंग. कैन यू सी दिस. कैन यू सी दिस. यस. सो द वास्ट डिफरेंस. यस बच्चा है ना. ये जो वास्ट डिफरेंस है ना, ये वास्ट डिफरेंस यहाँ से ओरिजिनेट होगा. इट्स अ कैप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर प्रेजेंट ऑन द टेस्टिस. हाँ हाँ ये देखो इधर आया नीचे. Then it is going to go up into the abdominal cavity. It is going to loop over the uterus. Ureter, sorry, ये ureter है. It's going to loop over the ureter. Loop over समझे ना, पीछे से आगे आना. That is called as looping over. So it loops over the ureters and then it is going to come over here to join a common point. Can you see? They have joined at a common point. Correct? Got it? Understood? Yes, it's going to be separated. It's going to be separated. Yes. Huh. What is the tube called which connects urinary bladder and vas deferens? Urinary bladder. This one, this is a junction, beta. This is a junction. Okay, this is going to be a junction. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. How I'll tell you. What is epididymis? I'll tell you what is it. It is nothing. It is going to be the cap-like structure present over the testes to carry the spermatozoa. It's a tube. Okay, it's placed like this way, like a cap. Okay. स्पर्मेटिक कॉर्ड जो है ना, ये यहाँ पर दिख नहीं पाएंगे अच्छी तरह से बिकॉज ये है ना डायरेक्टली उन्होंने सीधा सीधा यही दिखाया है कि इट हैज लैंडेड ओवर हियर. सो द स्पर्मेटिक कॉर्ड्स विल बी समवेयर ओवर हियर. ऐसे ये जोन में, ये वाला जिधर मेरा कर्सर मूव हो रहा है ना बेटा, इधर है. ओके. प्रोस्टेट ग्लैंड, हाँ आएगा आएगा. प्रोस्टेट ग्लैंड भी बताऊंगी. Okay, so this is how the two are. Yeah. I'll show you. Don't worry. This is the body cavity, basically. Okay. Then look over here. This is the rectum. Fine. Nothing associated with reproduction. It is associated with defecation. Right. Look at this. This is the seminal vesicle. Okay. This is the seminal vesicle. A prostrate gland. Vas deferens. Epididymis. Testes. Scrotum. Glans penis, urethra, erectile tissue is only the names that you have to just look at it. I'm going to explain each and everything. No. Epididymis is nothing like that, beta. No. Okay. So let us understand this. When the testes does not descend to reach the scrotum but remain in the abdominal cavity at the time of birth, this condition is called as undescended testes or cryptorchidism. What we call it as cryptorchidism. तो ये जो cryptorchidism है ना, that is one of the major reasons that the males will remain sterile. The testes have not descended down. They are in the abdominal cavity only. Removing that pop-up window, na, I know it's very irritating. Yeah. So what is cryptorchidism? You understood? हाँ. तो ये जो cryptorchidism होता है ना, it is a condition जहाँ पर the testes do not descend down. They remain in the abdomen only. If they remain in the abdomen only, then the males are not in the capacity to make any spermatozoa. ठीक है? Got it? What causes this? There are many reasons. There are many reasons. What are the different reasons for it? But that sometimes the spermatic cords which help in the descending are not formed, or they are very weak, or sometimes what happens is the inguinal canal is too small for passing of that testes. So there are various reasons. It is not closed, but it is not going to help in descending down, right? So that is called as cryptorchidism. That's one of the major reasons for sterility in males. Okay, such testes cannot develop and function properly, and may develop malignancy. That means they can even cause cancer. Each scrotum is connected to the abdominal cavity through a passage termed as inguinal canal. Correct? Through this canal, the testes descend down into the scrotal sac at the time of birth. Spermatic cord in males passes through the inguinal canal. Have you understood, Krishna, what is the difference between spermatic cord and the inguinal canal? The spermatic cord passes through the inguinal canal. Okay, so just the way the car passes through the tunnel, in the same way, the spermatic cords will pass through the inguinal canal. Yes, Palak, you are right, beta. This may cause, various, not only one, there are various cancers. Okay, then malignancy means cancer causing. Malignant tumor means cancerous tumors. So they can cause cancer also. Okay, this particular cryptorchidism condition may cause cancer formation also. Okay, well, then see, sometimes, now this is a very painful condition for men, because this particular, all these things are only and only present in males. We are talking about the male reproductive system, so it's nothing to do with females. So whatever I'm explaining now is only for the males. So that, therefore I'm saying that this is a very painful condition for the males. Which condition? See, sometimes the inguinal canal में tear फट जाता है because of some reason, leading to abnormal protrusion of abdominal contents like the loops of intestine into the inguinal canal. This condition is called as inguinal hernia. You might have heard about this. Some males have to go for operation of inguinal hernia. कहते हैं hernia का operation है. सुना है आपने males में? Yes. नहीं, अपेंडिक्स अलग होता है बेटा, ये हर्निया होता है. तो हर्निया जो है ना, after the birth, no, it's not possible. Descending is only during the fetal condition. उसके बाद नहीं होता है. Okay? Yeah. So ना बेटा, ये जो इंग्यूनल हर्निया होता है उसमें क्या होता है ना, एक दिस इज अ कनाल ना, इंग्यूनल कनाल है, एक पैसेज है. तो समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस इज ये पैसेज फट जाता है. सो क्या हो गया, उसका एरिया बढ़ गया from one end. Then like sometimes the intestine forms a loop and अंदर घुस जाती है वो, एक हाँ उस होल के अंदर घुस जाती है. So you can very well see in this particular diagram, my dear. Here they have shown the diagram very nicely. See, this is your normal inguinal canal. ये वाला पैसेज दिखाई दे रहा है आपको, इंग्यूनल कैनाल नॉर्मल वाला है ना. और इस इंग्यूनल कैनाल से ये हाँ इधर देखो बेटा, दोज हु वांटेड टू सी वेयर इज द स्पर्मेटिक कॉर्ड, this is the spermatic cord which is moving downwards. Can you see? This is the spermatic cord, right? This is the normal canal. There is no problem with this. But look at this one. ये वाला ही इधर का फट गया. It tore open, and because of the tearing na, this small intestine is looped inside it. It is trying to pierce inside it and come out again. Look at it. It's very painful. It's tremendously painful. The passage breaks because of old age actually. In older men generally, the these muscles become weak and they get torn off. And when they get torn off now, then the intestine, which is actually just above this now, this is the abdominal region, correct? So intestine is going to be present over here. So the intestine, ये देखो ये फाड़ दिया उसको, इधर से फट गया है और इसीलिए है ना इंटेस्टाइन अभी इसके अंदर घुसना चाहती है. Got it? Yeah, 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 exactly. Yes, exactly. It's very painful, है ना? Now what is to be done? जब ऑपरेशन करते हैं तो क्या करते हैं कि इंटेस्टाइन को पकड़ के वापस उसके प्लेस पे डाल देते हैं और जितना फटा हुआ है ना इंग्यूनल कैनाल, हाँ यस जैसे पतरी, यस 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 उसको है ना स्टिचेस डालकर उसका मुंह जो है ना वापस छोटा कर देते हैं. इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल ऑपरेशन. आजकल वो ऑपरेशन के लिए इतना कोई डिफिकल्टी है नहीं. इट्स नॉट दैट टेंशन वाला ऑल्सो, बट इट नीड्स टू बी डन. इट्स वेरी पेनफुल. Okay, so you all understood now. Those who were asking me for the spermatic cord ka location, have you all understood? It doesn't sound simple, it's simple. Once you enter into the medical field na, these things seems to be very simple. ये कुछ नहीं है, माइनर ऑपरेशन है ये, आधा घंटा भी नहीं लगता है इसके लिए. Okay, हाँ, but listening to all these things for the first time, it may seem to be oh my god, right? Okay, so any difficulty in this particular content beta, or can I move ahead? Can I go to the next one, or is there even having any problem with these terms? Infertility? No. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, of course. A surgeon is required to do these operations. Of course. Of course. Surgeons are there who will to take care of these things. Okay. No, no. Person will not die. The person will only feel that he is dying because of the pain. It's so painful ना. वो बंदे को लगेगा यार इससे अच्छा तो मुझे मौत आ जाए. It's not necessary always, my dear, but cryptorchidism है तो वो sterile है. Every sterile male is not cryptorchidism, but if cryptorchidism is there, then definitely that male is sterile. Okay. Well, so that's about the inguinal hernia. Don't forget these terms, huh? Well, so externally we saw what it was all about. Now we come to one of the most crucial, most important point, that how the sperms are going to be formed. Okay, so we have to understand the internal structure of the testes. Okay. Yeah, there are many other ways by which the males can be sterile. There are many ways. There are many reasons to it also. Okay. So let's go to the internal structure of the testes. Vasectomy is done deliberately. It's done purposefully. Okay. So that is not going to happen naturally. It's going to be done deliberately. Internal structure of the testes. Testis is covered by three coats. Outermost is tunica vaginalis. Middle coat is tunica albuginea, and the innermost is tunica vasculosa. Outermost कौन सा है बेटा? Vaginalis. उसके अंदर सैंडविच्ड कौन सा है? Albuginea. और उसके अंदर कौन सा है? Vasculosa. Okay. Now this vaginalis is going to be having two faces. One will be the parietal, the other will be the visceral. What do you mean by this? Look at your own hand. आपकी खुद के हैंड के तरफ देखिएगा बेटा. जिधर नेल्स है उधर का सरफेस देखिएगा और उसके अपोजिट साइड इंटरनल वाला एरिया देखिएगा. इट्स नॉट वजाइना, इट इज वजनालिस. ओके. हाँ. Is this particular part and this particular part similar in appearance? Is it same? or is there some difference? There's some difference, right? Exactly. So my hand is hand only, but this surface will be called as outer surface. This surface will be called as inner surface. In the same way, this particular vaginalis is going to be having an outer surface called as parietal and inner surface called as visceral. Did you all understand what is parietal and visceral? So parietal and visceral are not two different membranes. एक ही मेम्ब्रेन के दो साइड्स है बेटा, बाहर का साइड और अंदर का साइड. Okay. Well, so tunica vaginalis has a parietal and visceral layer. It covers the whole testes except its posterior border from where testicular vessels and nerves enter the testes. Okay, which is outside. Outside. ये देखो. Can you see this dotted line? ये dotted line आपको दिखाई दे रही है? हाँ. It's the outside surface. Yes. So this is going to be your outside surface. देखो पूरा covered है, right? लेकिन कहाँ नहीं है देखो, where is it not there? ये देखो this point, can you see any covering at this point? Dotted lines है यहाँ पर, no, right? So the point from where the blood vessels are going to enter inside will not have the covering of the tunica vaginalis. Otherwise, it is going to be covering the entire area. ठीक है, right? Okay. The tunica albuginea. तो vaginalis के बारे में कोई डिफिकल्टी है क्या? देखो पहले बेटा, then only I'll go to the next, that is albuginea. Clear with vaginalis? Where is it? Parietal is outer, visceral is inner. Okay. So as we have got two surfaces, हमारा inner hand जो है उसके ऊपर lines होती है, रेखाएं कहते हैं हम उसको, करेक्ट. बाहर की तरफ ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. तो जो आउटर लेयर है अपने हैंड का और इनर लेयर है अपने हैंड का, कैसे दो अलग अलग, एक ही हैंड के अलग अलग सरफेसेस है ना. इन द सेम वे vaginalis का outer layer will be parietal and inner layer will be visceral. As simple as that. Okay. Where does the vaginalis continue? Epididymis. They continue into the epididymis. Okay. Vast difference तक जाएगा वो पूरा. Got this? Got this about the vaginalis very precisely? Okay. The tunica albuginea is the second layer. Below the vaginalis is going to be the albuginea. It is dense, white fibrous coat covering the testes all around. So can you see this pink tissue बेटा? ये pink वाला tissue दिखाई दे रहा है आपको यहाँ पर, पूरा का पूरा गोल सर्कल, that is albuginea. Okay, so albuginea is going to be entirely covering the testes, पूरा entire. कहीं पर भी वो छोड़ता नहीं है कोई भी पॉइंट, पूरा उसको रैप अप कर लिया है. फाइन. अब आप पिंक वाले को थोड़ा सा अच्छी तरह से देखोगे ना, तो यू कैन सी दिस पिंक इज गोइंग इवन इनवर्ड्स. कैन यू सी? ये देखो, ये से अंदर जाके बाहर आ रहा है, अंदर जाके बाहर आ रहा है. कैन यू सी दिस? एग्जैक्टली. So these, like this albuginea which pierces in, it makes something called as the lobules. What does it make? It makes lobules. तो ये देखो, ये one lobule, second lobule, third lobule, fourth lobule, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. So here you can see 9 lobules being formed because of what? Because of the piercing of the albuginea into folds. Can you see this very clearly how it is made? Right? So this is what they are saying, that the posterior border of tunica albuginea is thickened to form a vertical septum called as media. 8 है या 9 है भाई? है, तुम लोग काउंट करो. I thought it's 9, maybe 8. So the posterior border of the tunica albuginea is thickened and it forms a vertical septum called as mediastinum. मीडियास्टिनम टेस्टिस कहते हैं. तो किधर है ये मीडियास्टिनम टेस्टिस? तो ये देखो, कैन यू सी दिस? ये वाला जोन इट्स थिकन्ड. दिस इज अ thickened area. Pink वाला ही है, albuginia ही है. It's the thickened one, and it is going to form a thick layered mediastinum testis. Mediastinum means, media means बीच में. तो अगर आप देखते हो तो ये टेस्टिस के बीच में ये थिकन्ड एरिया है जिसको हम कहते हैं मीडियास्टीनियम. इज इट फाइन? अंडरस्टूड? मीडिया मीन्स बेटा बीच का, बीच का. ओके. हाँ, लोब्यूल्स आर एल्बुजिनिया. लोब्यूल्स जो बनते हैं वो एल्बुजिनिया, और वो जो लोब्यूल्स है ना उनके अंदर कुछ और होने वाला है. वेयर लिटिल डाउन. नो नो, इट इज दिस एरिया. ये जो है ना ये वाला इधर तक, ये पूरा पोस्टीरियर पार्ट. हाँ, the broad one up to this particular pink wala, only the pink one. Don't consider the yellow one. Only the pink one. ठीक है? Then the third layer is vasculosa, right? Tunica vasculosa is the innermost vascular coat of testes lining testicular lobules. तो ये जो है ना ये ब्लैक कलर के ऐसे धागे दिख रहे हैं, लाइन जैसे ब्लैक वाले. कैन यू सी दोस? grayish blackish color, can you see? That is your vasculosa. Okay, so this outermost dotted is going to be your vaginalis. This pink one is going to be your albuginia, and this black lines which have been shown is going to be the vasculosa. Okay, lobules are in space, मतलब वो space को ही हम lobule कहते हैं बेटा. वो जो space है ना, that space itself will be called as a lobule, lined by albuginia from three sides. No, there are specific numbers. How much I'll tell you. I'll tell you how many are there. Okay, it's around 750 to 1000. I'll tell you. Fine. So you understood with the colors that which is vaginalis, which is albuginia, and which is vasculosa. किसी को कोई भी difficulty है इसमें? Anyone who has not understood any part of this particular internal structure of testes? Correct? I'll go ahead. Okay. There's one more very beautiful diagram of this only. This will make the things all the more simple. Each, again, there is this. Each lobule means this one. Now you can see the lobules very clearly, right? Correct? So each lobule vasculosa. Vasculosa is going to be that black wala thing, those lines which you saw in the earlier diagram. Na? That is, what is vasculosa? Supply of blood. So the blood supply ke liye whatever will be there, na, that is going to be your vascular. Vascular means blood supply. So internally it will be enriched with the blood capillary. So the blood capillary का network पूरा रहता है, right? हाँ, yes. Yeah. So here you can very well see बच्चा, ये देखो यहाँ पर उन्होंने है ना ट्यूनिका वैजिनालिस बहुत अच्छी तरह से दिखाया है. Can you all see? Parietal layer, right? And the visceral layer. Parietal and visceral. So here you can see tunica vaginalis very clearly. This purple part, right? Look at this light blue part where they are saying it's capsule. It's nothing but it is going to be your albuginia. And ये पूरा अंदर जो है ना इसके अंदर ये जो कॉन्वुलेटेड ट्यूब्यूल्स है वो उसकी बात नहीं हो रही है बेटा, दे आर डिफरेंट, दे आर डिफरेंट। वो उस डायग्राम में येलो कलर के थे, ये जो आपको यहाँ पर अभी पिंक दिखाई दे रहा है ना, वो वहां पर येलो कलर के थे, राइट, इट वाज येलो कलर, दैट इज जस्ट अ माइनर वेसिकल, आई टॉक अबाउट इट। लोब इज दिस blue one, and that is nothing, it is albuginia. Got this? Fine. Now see, each lobule. So here how many lobules are there? Now count properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So इधर 7 lobules दिखाई दे रहे हैं. Each lobule has 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules. तो ये जो आपको ऐसे मैगी नूडल्स की जैसे पूरे दिखाई दे रहे हैं, what are those? Those are nothing but seminiferous tubules. Now, in one lobule, if we say 3 seminiferous tubules, so 7 lobules में कितने seminiferous tubules होंगे बताओगे? Exactly. Very good, Pushpa. Yes, Niharika. Right. Very good, Siddhika. Exactly. So 7 threes are 21. Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm not understanding you, बच्चा. Lobules are 6 and orange are 7. नहीं समझा मुझे. मेरे हिसाब से ये एक लॉब्यूल है. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So according to me, there are 7 lobules. What orange you are saying, I don't know. Okay. I can see 7 lobules. Lobules का मतलब है ये ऐसे जो balloons के जैसे बने हैं ना, those are the lobules. I just now counted in front of you, right? So there are 7 lobules, and in each lobule there are approximately 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules. So if I say if there are 3 seminiferous tubules per lobule, so 7 threes are 21. No, blue part nahi. Blue part is albuginia. We have nothing to do with albuginia. Okay. So here you understood? So these 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules are going to be present in each lobule, and they join together at the apices of the lobules to form straight tubule. So ये देखो बेटा, can you see? ये दो तीन है, but इधर आके उन्होंने एक straight tubule बनाई. ये देखो 1, 2 है, इधर आके एक straight tubule बनाई. ये भी 2 है, इधर आके उन्होंने एक straight tubule बनाई. So everywhere you can see these straight tubules. Can you see? This is also one straight tubules, two straight tubules, two straight tubules, right? So these seminiferous tubules are going to be highly convoluted into that lobule, and then they will, come together to form a straight tubule. So where is the straight tubule? In the apical region of the lobule. ठीक है? ओके. तो जैसे बलून में हवा भरने के बाद हम उसको एक नॉट बांधते हैं, so that becomes the apex. That becomes the apex. करेक्ट. और छोटे बच्चे जब उसको हाथ में लेना चाहते तो उसको एक थ्रेड होता है, देखा है आपने, जो थ्रेड जहां पर अटैच होता है ना, वैसे ही ये सारे कन्व्यू ऐसे कन्वर्ज हो जाएंगे टू फॉर्म स्ट्रेट ट्यूब्यूल्स. सो each and every lobule will converge at the apices, which will contain 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules, which will also converge at the apices, forming a straight tubule each. Right? Now, these straight tubules will enter the mediastinum via a network called as retetestes. ठीक है? तो ये देखो बेटा, ये जो straight tubules है ना, ये सारे अभी इकट्ठा आ गए. From all the lobules, the seminiferous tubules made the straight tubule, and these straight tubules came together as a network which is called as retetestes. What it is going to be called as? Apices are going to be the converged points of the lobules. That is what. Can you see my cursor or no? Are you seeing on mobile? If you're seeing on mobile, so it will be a bit difficult. See this point जिधर मेरा cursor घूम रहा है ना, that is the apex. ये इस lobule का apex, ये इस lobule का apex, ये इस lobule का apex. So apices mean many apex. Apex is singular, apices is plural. Right? Got it? And all these tubules will form a dense network called as rete-testes. Got it? Understood what is rete-testes? So see over here, rete-testes in mediastinum testes. तो ये यहाँ पर मैंने आपको बताया था इस जोन में क्या है, इस जोन में मीडियास्टिनम है, मैंने आपको बताया था ऑलरेडी. थिकन पार्ट ऑफ एल्बुजिनिया ऑन द पोस्टीरियर साइड सी, राइट, मैंने आपको उस पहले वाले डायग्राम में बताया था. सो नाउ दिस rete-testes will come into the mediastinum. तो ये मीडियास्टिनम है जहाँ सारे rete-testes आकर नेटवर्क आकर उधर एंड हो रहा है. Is it fine? So one more time I'll tell you up till here whatever I explained. Testes is going to have 3 layers. Outer layer will be called as vaginalis. उसके अंदर है albuginia. उसके अंदर है vasculus. Correct? Vaginalis has got 2 faces or 2 surfaces. Outer surface will be called as parietal layer. Inner surface will be called as visceral layer. Okay, albuginia will form a dense, tissue throughout the testes, forming lobes. Right? It also forms a thickened area at the posterior end of the testes, which is called as mediastinum. Correct? Each lobe will have 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules. These seminiferous tubules will converge at the apex of the lobule, forming a straight tubule. All these straight tubules will merge together to form rete-testes. Rete-testes will then come at a point or merge at a point where mediastinum is present. इधर तक समझा? कोई डिफिकल्टी बच्चा? Tell me please. Histology, any problem, any difficulty? Can I go ahead? Okay. Yeah. So now you understood up to the rete-testes coming up to your something called as mediastinum. This is the mediastinum, beta. Here it is. This point now, where you can see all the rete-testes are coming at this particular point. This is the mediastinum. Okay, right? Yeah. Now from this mediastinum, these rete-testes will come out. From the mediastinum, the rete-testes will pierce the mediastinum and they will come out. Okay, fine. This particular fusion and coming out of the tubes from the rete-testes. So it's actually what? It is the rete-testes के ही tubes extending ना. Correct? So rete-testes ही है वो. They fuse together and they pierce the mediastinum and come out. So you know, like around 10 to 12 such finger-like projections are going to come out. Can you see this? ये देखो 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can see these who are just coming out. These which are just coming out are the extensions of the rete-testes only. These are 10 to 20 in number. And these finger-like things, the extensions of the rete-testes, will now be called as vasa efferentia. What we call them as? Vasa efferentia. तो अगर आप वैसे टेक्निकली देखोगे उल्टा जाते हैं. चलो लेट्स गो बैक. इफेरेंशिया, वासा इफेरेंशिया मीडियास्टेनम के इस साइड पे हम उनको क्या कहेंगे? What we will call them on the other side of the mediastinum? Very good, Bhumi. Yes. वेरी गुड, यस कृष्णा, वेरी नाइस, यस यस यस, बिल्कुल करेक्ट। तो ये मीडियास्टिनम है। मीडियास्टिनम के बाहर जो आया है उसको हम इफेरेंशिया कहेंगे, और जो अंदर है उसको क्या कहेंगे? रेटेटेस्टिस। वेरी गुड पलक, very nice. Understood. So the retetestes are going to be inward of the mediastinum, and the vasa efferentia are going to be the extensions of the retetestes beyond the mediastinum. As simple as that. Is it okay? Simple? Yes or no? Is there any confusion? So see, the retetestes fuse to form 10 to 20 efferent ductule called as vasa efferentia or ductuli efferentes. हाँ, अब ये रेटेटेस्टिस, ये जो है बाहर है वो इफेरेंशिया है, इसके अंदर है रेटेटेस्टिस। बट रेटेटेस्टिस जहाँ एंड होते हैं, व्हाट आर दोज? रेटेटेस्टिस का एंड पॉइंट किधर है? पीछे की तरफ। नथिंग बट योर स्ट्रेट ट्यूब्यूल्स। दे आर नथिंग बट योर स्ट्रेट ट्यूब्यूल्स। करेक्ट। स्ट्रेट ट्यूब्यूल्स कैसे बने? स्ट्रेट ट्यूब्यूल्स आर merging of the seminiferous tubules. Agreed or not, beta? समझा? Very good. Yes, Krishna. Very nice, beta. Very correct. So technically speaking, don't you think it is the seminiferous tubule only which is extending to form straight tubule, to make retetestes, to come out as vasa efferentia? वही continuous है ना बेटा? वही continued है कि नहीं? समझा अभी? हाँ, तो बस उसको है ना, अकॉर्डिंग टू द पोजीशंस वी हैव गिवन डिफरेंट डिफरेंट नेम्स टू इट, but practically speaking it is that same canal or the same channel through which the things are going to pass. Is it okay? So again I am telling, seminiferous tubules, दो से तीन, come together, form a straight tubule. Many straight tubules come together to form retetestes. All the retetestes are going to come near the mediastinum, come out via the, of course, after making groups. अकेले अकेले से यूनाइटेड भी स्टैंड, डिवाइडेड भी फॉल। तो रेटेटेस्टीज इतने बेचारे पतले हैं कि वो मीडियास्टिनम को पियर्स नहीं कर सकते, सो दे विल फॉर्म ग्रुप्स। दे फॉर्म ग्रुप्स ऑफ 10s and 20s and they pierce the mediastinum and come out as vasa efferentia. Okay, at last what it will form? अरे अभी जर्नी जस्ट हमने स्टार्ट की है, तुम्हें डेस्टिनेशन दिख रहा है, पेट। Anyone who is having any problem with these descriptions? Anybody? No ना? समझ में आ रहा है ना बेटा? This process is nothing. This is the histology of testes, that how the testes looks from inside. उसका टिश्यूज के बारे में अभी हम उसके इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं बेटा. Okay, so there is no process as such. We have vasa efferentia in the diagram. This is your efferent ductules only, called as vasa efferentia. Efferent ductule called as vasa efferentia. Got it? ये देखो, efferent ductules और vasa efferentia, both are synonyms. Okay, now let us see what will happen next. Now, these ductules come out from the upper dorsal surface of the testes. So this is the upper dorsal मतलब पीछे की तरफ, upper region, correct? Upper region of the testes, they come out. These ductules means vasa efferentia, and open into common tubules, and open into common tubules called as open into common tubules, which is nothing but highly coiled structure, which we call them as epididymis. So if you can see, ये देखो बेटा, look at this one, look at this one. This is your vasa efferentia. ये देखो कैसे एकदम से वापस इसका स्ट्रक्चर और इसका स्ट्रक्चर कितना सिमिलर लग रहा है. देखो, again it got completely coiled and convoluted. This coiled and convoluted part will be called as head of epididymis. Head of epididymis. So ये जो epididymis है वो है क्या? What is this epididymis actually? Nothing but entire group of vasa efferentia. Agreed? So what is epididymis beta? A group of vasa efferentia. Correct? तो अब थोड़ा सा वापस उल्टा जाते हैं. Head of epididymis is a group of vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia are 10 to 20 groups of retatestes. Retatestes is a group of straight tubules. Straight tubule is a group of seminiferous tubule. Correct? What is efferent ductule and ductus? Same, bachcha. They are synonyms. Synonyms. Okay. Epididymis is what? Epididymis is the collection of vasa efferentia. Right? Understood this? How beautifully this is seen. हमें लगता है एपिडिडाइमिस अलग, वासा इफ्रेंशिया अलग, कुछ अलग वलग नहीं है. ये देखो, वैसे देखा जाए तो बस उनके लोकेशन, उनकी पोजीशन, उनका फंक्शन के हिसाब से उसको नाम अलग दिए हुए हैं. वन इज इन, अनदर इज आउट, वेयर इज आउट. अरे दैट एंटायर ग्रुप, वो पूरा का पूरा जो आपको ब्रेन के जैसा स्ट्रक्चर दिख रहा है ना, दैट एंटायर ग्रुप इज गोइंग टू बी योर हेड ऑफ एपिडिडाइमिस. ओके, गॉट इट? So see, these ductules come out from the upper dorsal surface of the testes and open into common tubules, which get highly coiled to form epididymis या फिर ductus epididymis. These all are ducts na, these all are tubes na. So these tubes are going to carry something. What is that something? I'll tell you eventually. This epididymis is responsible for the functional maturation of the sperm. What is it responsible for? Maturation. So the spermatozoa need to become functional. They have to become matured. So this particular head of epididymis is going to help them in doing this process. Is it fine? Total number of seminiferous tubules in each testis is about 750 to 1000. हम तो सिर्फ इधर 6 है, 7 है, 9 है, 10 है, इसके ऊपर अटके पड़े हैं. लेकिन in nature, how many seminiferous tubules are going to be present? See, 750 to 1000. मतलब कितने लोब्यूल्स होंगे approximately? Can you all tell me? Even if you say एक लोब्यूल में 3 seminiferous tubules है, तो 750 to 1000, अगर 1000 कंसिडर करते हैं तो yeah, if we consider 750, then you are right, beta. No, my dears, you all are going wrong. In one lobule there are 3 seminiferous tubules. So if there are 1000 seminiferous tubules, how many lobules? Yeah, very good. Yes, Siddhika, you're right. Yes, Vaishnavi, approximately, you're right, beta. So it's going to be approximately 250 to 350. है या नहीं? 330 to be precise, but approximately. Right? 250 to 350 के बीच में लोब्यूल्स होते हैं एक टेस्टिस में. हाँ ना? तो एक में 3, तो 250 में 750. एक लोब्यूल में 3 सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स. तो 750 सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स कितने इसमें फिट हो जाएंगे? 250 में. ओके. Who has matured when? No, still we have not seen the formation of spermatozoa, beta. Still we are just seeing the structure of the internal testes. Once we understand the structure, then we will see how the sperms are forming and maturing. Okay. As of now, I have not touched how the sperms are going to be formed. I'm just showing you the structure, what is going to happen where. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is about the head epididymis. Okay. Now if you come down, ये इधर तक है ना, ये पूरा का पूरा हेड ऑफ एपिडिडाइमिस ही है। अब नीचे आते हो तो कैन यू सी बॉडी ऑफ एपिडिडाइमिस, ये देखो। अब इसका थिकनेस बढ़ गया ना बेटा, इसका थिकनेस बढ़ गया ना। यहाँ पर द थिकनेस वाज वेरी वेरी स्मॉल, थिन थे। सी हियर दे हैव बिकम more thicker, but look at the convolutions, they are still there. That is the body of the epididymis. And can you see this part where ये ऐसा convolutions भी कम हो गए हैं, almost वो tube straight हो गई है. Can you see this? This is called as tail of epididymis. So head, body and tail. तो practically speaking अब थोड़ा सा backward जाए क्या? Let us go backward. The tail of epididymis is going to be nothing but extension of body of epididymis. Body of epididymis is nothing but head of epididymis. Head of epididymis is nothing but it is a group of vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia is nothing but a group of retatestes. Retatestes is nothing but it's a group of straight tibules. Straight tibule is nothing but it is a combination of seminiferous tubule. So even this tail of epididymis वैसे अगर हम सोचे तो क्या है? Continuity? Is it the continuity? Yes, Krishna. Yes, bachcha. Yes, yes. बिल्कुल correct. So I hope you all are understanding this. This is very important point to be, understood very clearly. Now एक और कहानी में ट्विस्ट देखो बेटा। ये जो टेल ऑफ एपिडिडाइमिस है ना, nothing. I explained the same thing which I had explained just now, my dear, that this tail of epididymis is a result of body of or extension of body of epididymis. Body of epididymis is nothing but the extension of head of epididymis. Head of epididymis is nothing but vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia is nothing but retatestes. Retatestes is nothing but straight tibule. Straight tibule is nothing but coming together of the seminiferous tubule. So all are going to be, actually the extension of the seminiferous tubule up till here. This is the tail, बेटा. ये देखो, जहाँ पर ये अभी convolutions कम हो गए ना, this will be called as the tail. इसको हम कहते हैं tail. अब ये tail के आगे आपको ये straight एक loop दिखाई दे रहा है. Very good, Bhumi. Very good, Bhumi. Excellent, beta. Very nice. Where is the tail? You can see over here. Label डाला है. Tail of epididymis करके. Can you see the label? If you can see the label, it's given over here. Tail of epididymis. Okay. Now this tail के आगे, can you see this one particular extension दिखाई दे रहा है आपको? हाँ. This particular extension एल्बुजिनिया के पीछे से जाकर अभी बाहर आया. ये देखो, ये सेम एक्सटेंशन है जो एल्बुजिनिया के पीछे से जाके बाहर आ रहा है, जिसका अभी नाम हो गया वासा डिफरेंशिया. So this is nothing but vas difference. So what is vas difference? Vas difference is the extension of the tail of epididymis. Okay. Okay. Got it? So vas difference is the extension of tail of epididymis. Tail of epididymis is the extension of body of epididymis. Body of epididymis is the extension of head of epididymis. Head of epididymis is a group of vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia is nothing but the extension of the retatestes. Retatestes are a network of straight tubules. Straight tubule is a common tubule of joining of the seminiferous tubule. Okay, what does the tubule carry? They are going to carry sperms. Yeah, it is very interesting. It's actually very interesting. And we never think from that point of view. See, even when it is taught now, it will be taught, this is this, this is this, this is this. See, we have to link the things. Only then we will be able to, Understand the beauty of every topic that we are learning. So you got how we got linked. लिंक समझ में आ गया बेटा आपको अच्छी तरह से? तो वासा डिफरेंस तक समझा? हाँ, यस कृष्णा, राइट माय डियर. Thank you so much, my dears. My aim is just, like you should be able to understand it very precisely. I don't want any one of you all to lose a single mark because 50% of your bio paper is going to be based on zoology, and this is one of the major chapters of zoology. बहुत अपने को अच्छी तरह से करना है, 100% फुल प्रूफ करना है हमें. ओके. हाँ, यस, 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 भूमि करेक्ट. First chapter of zoology. Yes, my dear. That we are going ahead with, right? Okay, okay, fine. So I hope you all have understood this. That vasa difference, tak ya vast difference. See, vasa difference means two on one side each. उसको हम vasa कहते हैं. It's a plural word. Vas means only one. So we are talking about one testis. So vast difference लिखा है. ठीक है? Okay. Very good. Now, what we understood, उसी का extension है. See, we call this as what? We call this as what, beta? हाँ, ये देखो upper highly coiled part of the epididymis, the head. The head is also called as what is the other name of head? See, capute. Capute means like a cap. ऊपर, सबसे ऊपर, capute epididymis. और globus majora कहते हैं इसको. Upper highly coiled part also called as head of epididymis. The middle part और the body of epididymis का दूसरा नाम है corpus epididymis. Body का मतलब होता है corpus. Okay, corpus means body, and the tail means cauda. Caudal fin, have you all heard about this? Fish में caudal fin होता है tail के तरफ, right? So cauda means the tail. So the basal least coiled part is going to be the tail, or also called as cauda epididymis or globus minora. Okay, yeah, what's your doubt beta? Yes, efferent ductules का second name is vasa efferentia. हाँ, वो जो है ना वो कॉर्प्स है, ये कॉर्पस है. CORPSE means dead body, and CORPUS means body, not dead body. Okay, got it? Yeah. So the same, but the names are a bit different. Capute, corpus, cauda. तो ये तीनों नाम भी प्लीज याद रखिएगा बेटा. Don't forget these names. Cauda epididymis enters inside the abdominal cavity from the scrotal sac and forms the vasa deferens or ductus deferens. Terminal part of vasa deferens is called as ampulla. तो अभी ये जो vas deferens है ना, उसका जो terminal end है, that terminal end, that part is going to be a swollen part, and it will be called as ampulla. Fine. Vas deferens and epididymis both develop from the Wolffian duct in the embryonal stage. Now, this is a question which was completely out of syllabus question which they had asked, that vas deferens and epididymis develop from which duct? So, it is the Wolffian duct during the embryonal stage of mesonephros, not nephron, mesonephros. Just remember the word Wolffian duct, बच्चा. तो एम्ब्रियो में वॉल्फियन डक्ट होता है. ये वॉल्फियन डक्ट जो है उसमें से ये वास डिफरेंस एंड एपिडिडाइमिस डेवलप होते हैं. ओके, एपिडिडाइमिस कैन टेम्पररली स्टोर द स्पर्म्स फॉर एज लॉन्ग एज इवन अ मंथ. सी, फॉर अ मंथ. एंड हियर functional maturation of sperms takes place. So in the head region, capute region of the epididymis, the sperms are undergoing functional maturation. It can be stored over there for a month also. ठीक है? 18 to 24 hours after functional maturation of the sperm proceeds further to reach the vasa deferens and especially it reaches the ampullary part. तो एक बार वो मैच्योर हो गए ना, फिर वो फटाफट बॉडी में से टेल में आ जाएंगे और टेल में से वास डिफरेंस में चले जाएंगे एंड फ्रॉम वास डिफरेंस नाउ दे विल रीच द एम्प्यूला. ओके, द वॉल ऑफ एपिडिडाइमिस इज मेड अप ऑफ टू लेयर्स. ओके, आउटर सर्क्यूलर मस्क्यूलर लेयर है वो, तो मसल्स है वहां पर बाहर की तरफ एंड इंटरनली इट्स गोइंग टू बी योर एपिथेलियम. So two different layers can be seen, muscular layer and the internal layer. Okay, that is your epididymis. Okay, layers. Walls of vas deferens is also made up of two layers because it is the extension only ना. Epididymis का extension ही है ना vas deferens, तो उधर भी दो layers है. Same, outer circular and inner epithelium, nothing different, right? The sperms finally reach the abdominal cavity due to pulsation of the vas deferens. What do you mean by pulsation? ये जो peristaltic movement होता है ना, उसको हम कहते हैं pulsation. So the vas deferens will keep on pumping, and due to this pumping action, na, the sperms are finally going to reach where? The abdominal cavity. Yes, yes, Krishna. Right, beta. ठीक है? I think someone had talked about this word vasectomy, so I told that it is done artificially. So I am coming to it. Cutting off vas deferens and tying it by a thread is termed as vasectomy. This is done as a preventive measure from having children. So some people who don't want to have more children, the males will go for vasectomy. That means they will cut this vas deferens so that the spermatozoa can't pass downwards. Okay, and they won't be having the problem of having unwanted children then. So some men go for vasectomy. Fine. How it is done, I'll teach you in the next chapter, that is reproductive health. Okay. From in the maturation of the vas deferens, now they will be transported to the abdominal region. So it will reach the ampulla of the vas deferens, and from there they will enter into the abdominal cavity. Okay. Both, yeah, I know. Just let me complete these things because they are interconnected. Otherwise, connection टूट जाएगा आपका, है ना? Vas deferens runs upwards and enters the abdominal cavity. Both the vas deferens coil around the ureter. मैंने दिखाया आपको जो ऐसे लूप करके नीचे आ रहा था on their respective sides, and they dilate to form the ampulla, the end portion of the vas deferens. Ampulla of each side receives seminal vesicle of that side. So we saw that there are two seminal vesicles. तो ये seminal vesicle लेफ्ट वाला, ये राइट वाला, है ना? इनके साथ अब ये एम्प्यूला मर्ज हो जाएगा ऑन ईच साइड, राइट? So the vas deferens now forms the ejaculatory duct and opens into the prostatic urethra. तो अब है ना, ये जो सेमिनिफेरस जो स्टार्ट हुआ था फ्रॉम द लोब्यूल, अब जाके इट हैज एंटर्ड इनटू द यूरेथ्रा. ओके, कहाँ जाके वो मर्ज हो गया, कहाँ जाके एक्सटेंड हो गया? इनटू द प्रोस्टैटिक यूरेथ्रा. So there are three types of urethra which I will not talk about today. Don't worry. I'll tell you how it goes. Don't worry. I'll show you. I'll show you the diagram. I'll show you the diagram. I know. See? हाँ, see over here बेटा. Now you will be able to understand. तो ये अंदर, ये टेस्टिस के अंदर सारे सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स है, रेटे टेस्टिस है, फिर वासा इफेरेंशिया है, और वासा इफेरेंशिया से अभी ये एपिडिडाइमिस बन गया. This is the head of epididymis. This is the body of epididymis. This is the tail of epididymis. From here there is extension, that is going to be your vas difference. It is going into the abdominal cavity. Can you see? ये देखो, एब्डोमिनल कैविटी, यूरेटर को लूप किया उसने, यूरेटर के पीछे से जाके आगे आ गया. कैन यू सी दिस? एंड इट इज कमिंग ओवर हियर. यहाँ पर क्या है? देयर इज सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल. कैन यू सी द सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल? दिस वन. सो ये इधर आया and the seminiferous tubule, and they both have merged together, and now this particular merging point will be called as ejaculatory duct. ओके, तो जैसे ये यहाँ से आया ना राइट साइड का, वैसे उधर से लेफ्ट साइड का भी आएगा, एंड दे विल ओपन इन अ कॉमन डक्ट व्हिच इज गोइंग टू बी कॉल्ड एज ejaculatory duct. ओके, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द एम्प्यूला माय डियर. ये देखो, ये जो है ना इधर आके ये वाला जो बना है, this particular swollen part, that's going to be the ampulla. Fine, and this is going to be your common ejaculatory duct. समझ में आ गई बात? Okay, so I'll stop for today, but there is an announcement to be made, beta. Please listen to this very carefully. Today is Wednesday. I've taken your lecture today, but on Friday there won't be bio lecture. On this Friday I'm not available, so there won't be any bio lecture for this Friday. So we will meet directly on next Wednesday. So we'll continue with this particular chapter on next Wednesday. So almost a week's time you're going to have, because this Friday's lecture I'm not available. Okay, so please revise the content. What I would do is I would send this part of the PPT if possible by today or tomorrow. So जितना मैंने किया है ना उतना तुम लोग रिवाइज कर सकते हो. ठीक है? That is better. That is better. Well, my dear. Yes. So I'll try to send it by today evening, maximum by tomorrow. हो सकता है तो आज. I've sent I've sent all the earlier PDFs, my dear. I've already sent. I don't know, like you will get it. You will get it. So this also I'll send it today. So hopefully you will get it. Okay. It needs to be converted into a PDF and then it has to be sent via masterclass. So I cannot send you from my personal email ID. No one has got it. I cannot send you from the personal email ID. It will be coming from masterclass. Okay. You will get it. Fine. Chalo beta. Thank you so much. I hope you all have understood whatever has been told you. And revise it, my dear. Revise it. Okay? Yeah. Bye bye. See you all.